Greetings, nail peoples.
Hello. Hello, hello. Come on in. Oh, it's kind of dark right here. It's kind of dark. Hi. Hello, hello. Come on in. Hello in the UK. Hello, hello. As you guys can see, I'm rocking the shades today. Totally just gave you guys the duck face too. Hello, hello. So official stuff. I'm Michelle Cordes Pugh. This is Nails Over Coffee. It is April 18th. And today I have my new favorite in rotation mug, which is the 60th anniversary Disneyland mug that the Garland family brought back for me with some Sumatra dark roast from Starbucks and some coconut milk homemade creamer. So I'm trying to rock the detox thing a little bit. My sugar was getting out of control. So welcome everybody who's going to join today on this lovely sunny day. I took today off because, well, as much as I ever take a day off, because it's 85 degrees for the third 80+ degree day in a row in Washington history ever since recorded history. So kind of crazy. So been enjoying a little top-down errand running weather, and you know, open up the house and cleaning, and I'm gonna go work out on the deck garden a little later. Yeah, it's pretty nice here, and it's actually supposed to stay nice for a while, but you know, climate change isn't real, right? Good evening, Charlotte. Hello everybody who's just joining in. Come on in, have a cup of coffee with me. I'm gonna turn this way. Yeah, it is pretty lovely out here. When I went to go run an errand this morning, it was already 70 degrees at like 10 in the morning, and that was really nice. So, oh, yep, this is my Disney 60th anniversary mug. I love this one because it goes from the black and white characters through, like, you know, the classic characters to the recent characters, all going on in front of the castle. So, I love it. Today was warm, but only 19 degrees Celsius. Okay, I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. I guess I'm gonna have to learn, huh? Okay, and can I tell you, final update on the caption conversion, because this stuff has got to come off. I don't know how people wear the same stuff on their nails for 2 weeks, because I'm creeping up on 2 weeks. And I did some stamping on this, and I did a nude color. I'm like trying to pick it off. It's not picking off as easily as I would like. Double it and add 30, so 68. Yeah, that's not bad. So yeah, so there's the final of the nearly 2 week on a nail tech caption conversion. That is my non-dominant hand. And then on my dominant hand, we have significantly more chipping, but these 3 nails get beat up pretty badly doing nails. So I think that that's not too terrible. So, on the note of Young Nails, I have sent an email to Young Nails. Oh, maybe I got an answer. Yes. So, I sent some, yeah, still good though for a busy naily. So, I got an email. I sent an email to Young Nails. I asked them if Young Nails and Organic Nails in Mexico are the same company. Who owns who, or is it a licensed distributorship? And are there any other divisions like this in any other countries? Hi. And I also asked, it's been noticed that there are Young Nails products in some Sally Beauty Supply stores. Is this a valid distribution channel? Will it be decreased or eliminated with the introduction of Young Nails and Cosmoprof? And I asked them, is Young Nails committed to remaining pro only, or are there plans to take any portion of the line to mass consumer market? Okay, so I just got a response from Rachel, who is a senior brand manager with Young Nails. And she said, thank you for your interest in Young Nails. We only sell to licensed distributors, so anywhere you find us is an approved Young Nails dealer. We have a lot of big things happening and in our pipeline. We're true to our roots and have no said plans for changing our business model. However, Caption Polish has always been available to the end consumer via captionpolish.com and dermstore.com. Okay, so they only sort of answered my questions. So that's interesting, which gives me all the more ability to, and I also said I was looking forwwilliamette to seeing Greg at the Willamette Valley Nail event, which means that they can tell him and he will be prepared for the onslaught of questions I'm going to ask him in booth. And I'm trying to, hey, you watch the replay, Mara, it's all right. Nothing epic. I'm going to try to find a conversion for a microphone so I can mic up my Periscope, because at a show it gets kind of loud, and so I'd like to be able to have a microphone to use to ask questions, true interviewer style. So I'm looking into that. Yeah, they sort of tiptoed through the tulips. Apparently they didn't catch the CND thing because I don't go away that easily. So I still got some more questions there. So, yeah, they didn't hear the last from me. So I think Rachel's going to get an email back that's a little more pointed. But I do appreciate the fact that I got a pretty quick response. I just sent that email a couple hours ago. So I did get a pretty quick response. A response as much as I would expect a brand manager, maybe not a senior brand manager, but a brand manager to have. So I think I'm just going to push a little more and find out about the Sally's thing. I am glad to know that I have no problem with Caption Polish being available to the end consumer, especially through online distribution. That's one of those kind of things that, hi Meyerly, that I'm sort of okay with the Charlotte, I didn't realize Caption was available to consumers online over there. It's not here as far as I know. Yeah, you know, and that's going to be the difference in international marketing. There's going to be some differences. From my research, it looked like the organic nails line in Mexico. Luckily, I speak enough Spanish to be able to get by. It looked like it was pretty much Young Nails different with a different name and different labeling. It is distributed out of Mexico though, so it's for years Star Nail was Star Nails in the US and Cuccio in the globe, and so they've just now sort of started merging those two names. Young Nails is a really well-known name, so I don't know that we're going to, and there's probably other names in other countries, and I don't have a problem with that. I'd just like to know so that when I'm talking and working on a global level, I know when it's the same products, you know? So that's why I'm going to sort of keep pushing on that. But on that note, I asked, as Mare told me to, I asked Tammy Merritt, yeah, Star Nails and Cuccio are the same company. They're both owned by Tony Cuccio. Oh, and on that note, if you are a Cuccio color veneer user, you will now be able to buy that through Elaine Watson's website for Take Two, It's Not a Wrap, which is naillebrity.com. And Elaine's got some interesting things in the pipeline, doing kind of a direct to consumer nail techs sort of thing with her celebrities. And so her and Braden Yar would be able to answer more questions about that. Hopefully I will be able to get some more answers from, you're funny, Andrea, and Charlotte, now you know, thanks to Michelle, right? So this was really interesting that I found out about Artistic. So we, let's see, I've already emailed her regarding the Take Two stuff, rocking the UK. Nice, nice, good job. That's definitely going to make it easier for distribution in a really expedient manner. So I think that's pretty cool, and it gets you a discount. So, you know, we sell other things that are well, I have in the past, but other things that are non-nail related. So that's the route that Elaine has decided is best for her business. So, hello, Lady Rustler, who says howdy. That's awesome. Okay, so under suggestion from Mare, I asked Tammy Merritt, who is an artistic educator. Oops, I just bumped the camera. Sorry. About artistic. And she has said that, yes, artistic is pro only. It is now available in salon-centric and state RDA stores. She says, no one can completely stop diversion, but I do know they truly make an effort in that area. Education is just getting going in conjunction with the distributorships. And she says that you will not find us in Sally's, Sephora, or Ulta. They have a gel polish line, color gloss, with a U for you UK and Canada peeps. And we also have a liquid and powder and hard gel line called Rock Hard. Now this I thought was really cool. This is a good thing to know. The thing that makes our enhancement line unique is that you can not only lay the hard gel on top of the liquid and powder, but you can lay the liquid and powder on top of the gel. So that's pretty cool. We also have 4 brush-on hard gels to go with our 3 pot gels. The only negative about the hard gel is they don't have a true cover pink yet. It's in the works, but it's not available yet. And then I asked one more question, which is artistic its own company, or is it owned by someone? And is it artistic internationally? And I said, I guess that was 2 questions. Artistic is international. So the artistic color gloss and rock hard gel and all that you're using in other countries is the same as the one here in the US. And they are in fact owned by a parent company. And this is where it gets interesting. Nail Alliance LLC, it's a limited liability corporation, owns Artistic. Nail Alliance also owns Hand and Nail Harmony, which also is Gelish and Morgan Taylor Lacquer. And Nail Alliance also owns Entity. But they are all their own standalone companies. They have their own, it appears, their own executive boards even, because I can see that Danny is the CEO for Hand and Nail Harmony. And the person who's Nail Alliance, I saw as a COO of Nail Alliance. So there's, still some different board of directors things going on. Some of the products between the lines are shared, but the gel polish colors are different, and many of the products are formulated differently. Hey! Told you she'd have the 411. She did, Mare. They're all completely different products. Use them all from Julia. Thank you. So, yes, but we talked about, it says the printed receipt at a trade show will say Nail Alliance at the top. So that's kind of cool, though, because what that does is that allows, because trade shows are so expensive, like the normal lay person nail tech can't even begin to grasp the concept of how expensive these trade shows are. They're super expensive. I mean, the booth is really expensive, the transportation costs, putting up all the educators to be there, the people to work the booth that aren't just educators, but sometimes salespeople from the corporate office, plus shipping. All of that product that you go buy there and you get to save on shipping, Mare says it's ridiculous, right? Okay, well, the company paid to ship all that product there. And we know nail products are heavy. So they're shipping all of that product there. And then whatever doesn't sell, they have to ship back. So it's crazy expensive. So if Nail Alliance is able, as a larger parent corporation that's dealing with these different divisions, if they're able to take as a parent division and get all of the lines at the trade shows and to help their distributors get to the networking events and everything, then that's a win for everybody. But that does show when we start talking about layers between the end consumer, that's our client, and the business to business end consumer, that's us. think about how now the different layers you have. You have the distributorship, you have the corporate office, and whatever that might be. You have the layers of the educators that are in that tree too. And then you go, so come see me in Orlando. I hate shipping back, right? Totally. At the premiere show, go see Mare at Nail Light so that she doesn't have to ship things back. So, you know, keeping in mind that there's all these layers, and that's, you know, so when you start talking about from the manufacturer and the different corporate layers and distributorships and educators that thing goes down, we're kind of at the end, you know? So be patient with everybody on that, which is why I'm super interested in mostly in trying to find out who owns who. It's not just to be able to know where our money is supporting, but that's part of it. But because if I have a choice between a company that I know is dedicated to staying pro only and a company that is more interested in just making a quick buck in the nail industry, then I'm definitely more interested in supporting the pro only company. So it's definitely good to know. I don't necessarily pass judgment on it because there is a huge consumer market too. And like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with caption polish being available online direct to the consumer. That doesn't really bother me. You know, it's just less crap I have to stock in my salon. I can stock one of each color, and if somebody wants more than that or I'm out of something, they can go online and buy it. I'm totally cool with that. So I'd rather have them buying it through an authorized distributor, like straight from the company. So I'd introduce you to the owners if you were coming. Mare, I'm trying, okay? But I got salon stuff going on here right now, so just be patient. I have somewhere to stay if we go down there because one of my good friends lives over in, well, not Cocoa Beach, Titusville, but so I have somewhere to stay. I just have to get down there, but airfare is so crazy expensive right now. But I'm watching. Okay, so stop pouting, Mare. She says she's pouting. So by request from Meyerly. Meyerly asked, and I see that you joined back in here, so I waited a second. Oh, good, you're going. Yay. Yeah, premiere's the big show. So, okay, so Meyerly asked a question about name changing your nail business. And that's a really important question because we statistically go through lots of incarnations. And every time you move or change your name so people can't find you or change salons, then it becomes all the harder for people to find you and you lose some people, or you could potentially lose some people. It's not as big of a deal if you are changing your name and staying in the same location, or if you are moving and keeping the same name and you were previously a booth renter or owner. It's not as big of a deal. But I suggest if you know you're going to move and change your name, that you should begin the process of changing your name where you are, so that when you move, you take the partially converted name with you and then do your signage and your new stuff with the new address in the new name. So, for example, I've done this, so I actually know a little bit about it. So when I first started out, you want to add one word to the beginning of it. That shouldn't be a problem, Meyerly. When I first started out, I was Complete Nails by Michelle. And the reason why I was that is because I do everything. So when I moved to my own location, I made the name The Complete Nails Spa by Michelle. And then after I'd been in that location for about a year and a half, we did a remodel and I dropped the Complete and changed it to the Nail Spa. So for people who were, and I was able to keep the same phone number, which was nice. And so for people who were transitioning with me from where I started and Complete Nails by Michelle to Nails by Mare for 20 years. Yep. So so people who started out with me as Complete Nails by Michelle. Now, of course, this is way back in the day, so we didn't have to worry so much about websites and stuff like that. It's a lot easier now with websites because what you can do is you can, oh, Meyerly, see, I'm leading right into that. Social media, that kind of stuff. You can transition your name. So if you have a Facebook and Instagram and all those kind of things, you can change the name to the altered name. And if you're only adding one word, I really wouldn't worry about it, because in a search engine, people are going to type in the name they know, and the one extra word at the beginning isn't going to stop that result from coming up. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's really only a big deal if you're really changing your name, but like drastically. Like if I would have gone from Complete Nails to the Nail Spa, that would have been a completely different name change. So, but now it's so much easier because you can go into your website provider and you can buy the other domain name for, usually it's pretty cheap, and just have it direct to your to your existing website. So it makes it really easy then to make sure all of your old literature with your old website still goes to your website, and all of your new literature goes to your new website. And so if people are typing into the search bar on Facebook or something like that, then they're going to still get the search result for their thing. And same thing with Google. So what happens though is Google, you're going to, I had a name change before I got clients. I only had friends and family as clients back then. Yeah. And when you do that kind of stuff early on, that's easier. But so if you're doing a big name change, then you're going to want to transition if you can, and you're going to try to not change your name and your location at the same time if you can. Now, sometimes it's unavoidable, but, and like if you have been an employee at a salon and then you're now going out on your own, even if you don't have one of those stupid, crazy, unenforceable non-compete clauses, you may have, and you may not even know it, or they could definitely make an argument for it, even if you didn't sign it, a non-solicitation clause, which means you can't actually solicit those clients. Nobody can own the clients. They can own the client list, but nobody can own the clients. So they can't stop the clients from going to you, but they can potentially stop you from telling the clients that you're going. Hold on, Corey. I locked the door. Oops. Hold, please. Had to go let my teenager in. Okay, so you could potentially have a problem there. So yeah, you work on your own, so no weird clauses. So then it's not a problem. If you know you're going to be doing a move and that kind of thing, yeah, right, I locked him out. If you know you're going to be doing a move and that kind of thing, then the best thing to do, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you have good client records, so you already have everybody's email addresses, or if you can get everybody's email addresses, then you can add a different folder in your contact list and you can put all your clients in there, and then you can email them and let them know what's going on ahead of time. I had this chat with my previous salon I was in. She was sold the clients and paid, right? Well, that's the thing, is that there is value in a client list. So not a horribly crazy amount, but there is value in a client list. So if you're fully booked and say you have 100 clients and you're retiring, if you were to sell your client list to another nail tech who maybe is even going to move into your space, and you brought them in before your actual retirement, had them hang out with you for a couple of weeks, let them see what you do on each client, get to meet everybody, and then basically transfer over your business to them, well, there is a value in that. You know, if you're a nail tech who does pretty good nails and you can go into basically your own clientele, then that has a value. She kept one from that list. The rest followed their old hairdresser to her home salon, right? See, and there you go with that, there also has to be some sort of an idea of what's going on. Like I said, the listing of itself has value. It just depends on what the situation is, right? If they're not retiring or moving way out of the area, I wouldn't buy a client list from anybody. $500 for one client, right? Or 500 pounds, because you're in. But you know what? If you know the dollars and cents of your clients, your average client who sees you every 2 or 3 weeks brings you in, if you're charging like you're supposed to be, ouch, 500 pounds, yikes, brings you in $500 to $600 a year. And that's if they don't have pedicures and all that kind of stuff too. Your really good clients bring you in much more than that. Your 2-week standings who do once a month pedicures, they bring you in a lot more money than that. So if you have an idea of the cost of acquisitioning a new client based on what you earn from a client every year, that can really help you focus on what kind of client list has value and those kind of things. So, kind of got off topic there, but little old lady perm only, I was mean and chuckled. That's bad. You're so bad. So all of these things in business can be done. They happen all the time. The thing is just to be, now, seriously, in the term of ethics, okay, this has to do with ethics. If you started out as a new nail tech in a salon and they did build your clientele for you, and now you're just ready to go out on your own, and they're going to add a nail person there, right? Please be ethical and be fair, and do not spend the month before you leave recruiting all your clients to go to you, because that business owner did. If they did it right, they did spend money, a lot of money, to help you. So if you want to take your clients with you, then at least offer up something for it. That's the ethical thing. Being able to say, hey, I was here for 2 years. Usually it's not allowed to poach, but people do it anyway. It happens all the time, and it's not ethical. So I would say if you're in a single location as an employee, be ethical. Go to the owner and say, hey, I'm really just a business owner type of gal or guy, and I want to own my own place. And so I'm planning on going to do that. And so I'm wondering if I could offer you $1,000, maybe payable as $100 a month for 10 months because I'm just starting out and I don't have a ton. But I'm wondering if I could offer you $1,000 for my client list and see if they take it. Maybe they will. Maybe they don't have another nail tech in the hopper and they're not going to be able to service those clients anyway. Then they'll get something back out of it. Plus they made whatever money they made off you as an employee while you were there. So just above all else, in all things, be ethical. And it's hard because there are other people who won't be ethical, but you be ethical. Okay? Or a percent for a time period, right? See if you can work something out. That's that whole thing of there's going to be crappy people, you just don't be crappy people. There's going to be unethical people, you just don't be unethical people. And sometimes that means you're going to get screwed over by unethical people. But at least at the end of the day, you can say, I was ethical. I did it the right way. And in the long run, this is a small beauty world. And if you're always ethical, it comes back. You have a question regarding salon SE worker. Okay, shoot, I'm waiting for it, Be Beauty. What do you think about work as an employee but provide your supplies? No, there is no, in the US, the IRS outlines it. I'm willing to bet in other countries it's similar. There's not a whole lot of gray area. You either are a renter, like you own your little, whatever, 9 by 6 square foot area you live in. you either own it, and so you pay for all your own products, you handle all your own money, you handle your own schedule, you have a key, you can come and go, you have all your own licensing, your own insurance, you are your own business, or you are an employee. And if you are an employee, they have to provide your supplies to make you an employee. That's a part of what they're getting their commission split for, or what they're getting in the price difference between your dollars per hour and the service they charge. So, self-employed, is it usual there to pay rent at a percentage if you use your own stuff? Generally, no. Now, that depends. It could be a valid arrangement, just like, just as my old salon wanted both. So just like if you have a space in a shopping mall or a shopping center, you pay your rent per your square footage and all that. Plus you also pay a percentage of your gross sales once a year on an annual basis. And that pays a lot of common maintenance fees, advertising, those kind of things. So personally hate 1099, just saying, yeah. But so yes, that could be a potentially valid rental situation. If you want to take my sales and give me the difference, no control of money. No, then you're an employee. A booth renter, a salon owner, a station renter, your own business, you provide everything, and that means you handle your own money. If they're handling your money here in the US, they wouldn't pass the test. The IRS would call you an employee because she collected the money. You have to collect your own money. You have to, back in the old days when we had a credit card machine and a phone line, and you had to be able to, yeah, so you left, good. You used to have different buttons on the credit card machine for each person who was accepting the credit cards. You couldn't even all accept the credit cards and let the owner sort it out. So you either, and go check out Tina Alberino's blog, thisuglybeautybusiness.com. There is tons of resources about this on there. If you don't have Tina Alberino's book, get it. Tons of information about this stuff on there. There really isn't an independent contractor type situation that's a valid business arrangement anymore. It used to be that you could work at a resort or something and they had you as an independent contractor, so they paid you a percentage, but they supplied all the supplies and everything, but you could set up your own schedule and stuff. There used to be this kind of gray area independent contractor, but that doesn't exist anymore because it doesn't pass the tests for employee or not. And they were tired of people using the independent contractor thing to get out of paying payroll taxes. So that being said, if you're an employee, what about those pesky low prices specialist salon owner have out and they want renters? I'm my own boss now. I just pay daily rate to share a salon on alternate days with the owner. Okay, so yes, it's black and white now, right, Mare? So here's the deal. If you are a booth renter, then I used to work at those gray area salons. It was so unfair, right? Okay, gotta run. Bye, clients. Always important. Catch the replay. If you are a booth renter, then they can't make you accept any prices other than your own prices that you have set. They can't make renters, if there's 2 nail techs in there, they can't make you offer the same services. They can't make you offer the same prices. Now, it's generally a good idea to be similar or complementary because it's better for the multiple people to build their businesses. It keeps it more consistent for the clients, but there's nothing that says you have to. And if they want to run a special, well, I hope they've got somebody else who's going to do the special at that price then, because I'm not, unless it's a special I agree with. That being said, if they're going to pay to run said special and you're a renter and you're not paying for said special, but they're going to put people in your chair, well, and you could use the business, let them run the special. take the business for that, what it is, as long as it's not like too horrible. And even so, if you didn't have to pay for it, then as long as you're getting product charge and some for your time, but you get a new client out of it and they paid to acquire that new client, that's us now, complimentary. We do similar treatments, but not the same. Right. There's plenty of clients for everybody, you guys. I don't know how many times I have to say this. There's plenty of clients for everybody at all levels. Chanel and CoverGirl. There's plenty of clients for everybody. No fighting. I hate them. One of the reasons I'm on my own. Yeah, you know, but here's the thing I wanted to say real quick before I got off topic. If you are an employee, okay, please, please, please understand that no matter how much you think you're getting the ripped off end of the equation, unless you're making like minimum wage, you're not getting ripped off. You know, I worked at a salon that did Groupons, would only pay 50% of what the client paid with product cost. Yeah, see, they can't require you to accept said Groupon. So here in Miami, I've seen $17.99 manicure pedicures, ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, but again, anybody who's paying $17.99 for a mani-pedi is not your client, ever. They're a totally different market. They're not your client. And if you're in Miami, you're big enough. You've got plenty of clients. You'll find them. So that's where marketing comes in. And that's why when you join the University of Nails, you're going to be all in there. So here's the deal, though. If you're an employee, say you're making $13 an hour plus tips, and you don't pay for anything, okay? You pay for nothing. The 7 Ps, you got it. But they're charging $35 or $33 for the service, whatever. Say you're in an expensive spa, okay? So she said she's going to join soon, Charlotte. So back off with the U of Nails, shameless promotions. So here's the deal, though. So that difference between the $13 an hour you make and the $33 an hour they charged pays for the overhead, pays for the person who's washing your towels, all the products that you use, and your unemployment insurance, your labor and industries insurance, the other half of your self-employment tax. When, trust me when I tell you, you think your Social Security tax is high when you get, for those people in the States, when you get your little pay stub and you're like, man, I paid this much in income tax withholding and I paid this much in my Social Security tax. Your employer paid that same amount too. So when you go out on your own in the U.S. and you file your taxes once a year, you're now responsible for both halves of that. Now, you get to deduct part of it off of your gross, but it really ends up kind of biting you in the butt. So these are all things, all of these insurances, all of the keeping the lights on, the advertising, the maintenance. When something in that salon breaks, they have to pay for it. If they're paying the 1% to the shopping center on top of gross revenue, they're paying taxes to the Department of Revenue on that $33. Now, and that's for everybody in the salon. So they pay a lot more in taxes than, for example, me. I could charge that same $33, but because I'm never going to be big enough to pay the business and occupation tax, I'm just as one operator, I'm never going to be big enough. I don't pay any business and occupation taxes. So, but they pay it on all of it. So the Canadian version of that tax is CPP, and it can kill your profit margin. It's scary, right? So before, there is definitely a business model for people who want to own a salon and run it right, and have employees and all that. And there is definitely something said to finding one of those salons and being an employee. Not everyone, when on your own, you have to figure all those taxes into your pricing. Join University of Nails, right, Mayor? So when you factor all of that in, some people just aren't business owners. If you want to do 35 or 40 hours a week of clients, if you want to carry a full clientele, you plan on putting at least another 20 hours a week back into your business. So you're doing 40 client hours a week, but you're doing 60 work hours a week or more. So some people, that's not their thing. Going out and marketing, doing the accounting, bookkeeping, all that kind of stuff. Some people, that's not your thing. And if that's not your thing, that's totally okay. Go find a boss. So even if you go out on your own and rent, you are an individual and don't pay that. So here's the deal. There are small business tax credits in place. That's not all 50 states. It's done by your state Department of Revenue, but it's pretty standard. So when you file your state return with the Department of Revenue to pay your B&O tax, your business and occupation tax, there is a credit for being a small business. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever you did that year. Say you did $50,000 in services. You're going to take your $50,000 and you're going to multiply it times the little tiny rate that they have. It's like 0.0 whatever it is for the service industries. And you're going to come up with a dollar amount that's, say, $1,300 or whatever, right? You're going to come up with a dollar amount that you would owe. Thank God there's no state tax in Florida. Well, we don't have a state income tax in Washington, but we do have business taxes. So the business and occupation tax. So then, because you're so small, you only had that $50,000, you get a credit that's equal to all of what you would owe. So you don't end up owing anything. You still have to file, but you don't end up owing anything. So even if your state does not have an income tax, you still need to be responsible for your Department of Revenue taxes, like your business license. So like here in Washington, we have a 600 or a 601 number. That's our Washington State Department of Revenue business license. And that number is the number that we file all of our state taxes with. It's also the number that if you had employees, you would file your state unemployment insurance, your state labor and industries. So there's so much about this. Everybody needs to have a CPA if you own your own business. Even if it's only a one-time fee to consult with them and have them help set you up, and then everything else you do on your own through like QuickBooks Online or something like that. Everybody needs to consult with an accountant and a tax attorney, a business attorney, even like I said, if it's just once, to make sure that you know that you're all on the up and up. And then once you have all that information and you know exactly how much everything is going to cost you, you can make sure to build that into your pricing, because it's going to contribute to your cost per service and your margin. So make sure that if you're going to do it, you set it up right. Okay, well, it is 2:45. I am out of here to go do a little bit of gardening on me deck and have a snack, I think, because I'm going to barbecue dinner tonight. I'm going to do some peppers and onions on the grill and do kind of like a fajita salad thing. So gotta rock this good weather while we have it. Although we're not supposed to have any rain for another. We were actually warmer than Miami yesterday. And to finish my cold coffee, it's still somewhat warm, believe it or not. Oh, I've drank it down enough. See, now you can see the 60 years of magic. Imagine more. So, getting you hungry? Yeah. Well, it's almost dinner time for you guys out there on the East Coast, and it's like bedtime for you guys. Oh, Wing Nails, glad to join. I love your broadcast. Thank you. I'm glad you joined in. Make sure you follow. Okay, so have a lovely day. Everybody go like the Nails Over Coffee Facebook page, the University of Nails Facebook page. Please share. You sat in bed. You're hungry now? Yeah, sorry about that. And your PJs as usual. Ooh, chicken parm. Nice. Good, Mare. So please go like everything. Please go check out the universityofnails.com. There are videos up there you can watch for free. And follow on Periscope and all that kind of stuff today. Ooh, Meyerly, you had your first Periscope day. I'm going to have to go check. All right. Bye, everyone. I'm out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day off. Take care. Share. You can share the link to this Periscope on Facebook by going to the video and clicking share. All right. So see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. I'm going to go do me some gardening and barbecue. All right. Bye, guys. See you guys later. Tomorrow. Ciao. Ooh, rain's off. I might be able to get rain tomorrow.